Hello, aspiring designers. Let's take a trip back in time to explore the fascinating history of sewing. Imagine a time before machines when even the simplest stitch was a testament to human ingenuity. We're talking about 30,000 BCE, the dawn of sewing. Our ancestors, resourceful as ever, crafted needles from the bones of animals and ivory. These early tools, often crude and simple, were essential for survival. They were used to craft clothing from animal hides, providing protection from the elements. Imagine the patience required to pierce tough hides with these rudimentary needles. Sewing in these early times was a far cry from the speed and efficiency we associate with it today. Each stitch was painstakingly made by hand, requiring incredible dexterity and patience. Early humans used sinew, the strong, fibrous tissue from animal tendons, as thread. This natural material, though strong, was difficult to work with. Can you imagine the hours, days, even weeks it took to create a single garment? Yet these early garments were not just about practicality. They were often adorned with beads and feathers, showcasing early humans' desire for personal expression. As civilizations developed, so too did the tools and techniques of sewing. The introduction of plant fibers like flax and cotton marked a significant advancement. These fibers, more pliable than sinew, could be spun into thread, making sewing a little bit easier. The invention of the spindle, a tool that twists fibers together to form thread, was revolutionary. This simple device, used for millennia, paved the way for the mass production of thread. During the Middle Ages, the spinning wheel emerged, further increasing the efficiency of thread production. This set the stage for the mechanization of sewing that would come centuries later. Fast forward to 1790, and we meet Thomas Saint, an English cabinet maker with a revolutionary idea. In an era where craftsmanship was highly valued, Saint was not just content with the status quo, he was a visionary, constantly seeking ways to improve the tools and methods of his trade. He patented the first design for a practical sewing machine, although no working model was ever built during his lifetime. This patent, however, was a significant milestone. It represented the first step towards mechanizing the tedious and time-consuming process of hand sewing, which had been the norm for centuries. Saint's design, while rudimentary, incorporated key elements found in modern machines such as a needle with an eye at the point. This was a groundbreaking concept, as it allowed the thread to pass through the fabric in a more efficient manner, paving the way for future innovations. His vision was ahead of its time, laying the groundwork for future inventors to build upon. The ingenuity of his design inspired many who came after him, leading to the development of more sophisticated and functional sewing machines. While Saint's machine never saw the light of day, his contribution to the history of sewing is undeniable. His ideas sparked a wave of innovation that would eventually transform the textile industry, making sewing faster, easier, and more accessible to people around the world. He dared to imagine a world where the laborious task of hand sewing could be mechanized, a dream that would soon become a reality. Thanks to pioneers like Thomas Saint, the sewing machine evolved into an indispensable tool, revolutionizing the way we create and mend fabrics. Section 5. The rise of sewing machines, Thimonnier, Howe, and a flurry of innovation. The early 19th century witnessed, well, a surge in sewing machine development. This period was marked by a series of groundbreaking innovations that would forever change the textile industry and the way clothes were made. In 1830, Barthélemy Thimonnier, a French tailor, patented and manufactured the first functional sewing machine. Thimonnier's invention was revolutionary, as it mechanized the process of sewing, which had been done by hand for centuries. His machine, using a hooked needle and a single thread, could sew straight seams in fabric. This was a significant advancement, as it greatly increased the speed and efficiency of garment production. Then came Elias Howe, an American inventor who, in 1846, patented a machine that used a lock-stitch design. Howe's machine was more complex and efficient than Thimonnier's, and it set the standard for future sewing machines. This innovation, still used in most modern machines, created a strong and durable stitch. The lock-stitch mechanism interlocked two threads, one from the needle and one from the bobbin, to form a secure and reliable seam. Howe's invention sparked a wave of patent disputes and legal battles, as other inventors sought to capitalize on the growing demand for sewing machines. These disputes were often fierce and prolonged, reflecting the high stakes involved in controlling this transformative technology. Despite the legal challenges, the innovations of Thimonnier and Howe laid the foundation for the modern sewing machine industry. Their contributions not only revolutionized garment production, but also paved the way for the mass production of clothing, making fashion more accessible to the general public. Section 6. Isaac Singer popularizing the sewing machine for the masses. While Howe's invention was groundbreaking, it was Isaac Singer who truly brought the sewing machine to the masses. In 1851, Singer introduced his own machine, incorporating improvements like a foot-operated treadle and a more reliable feeding mechanism. These innovations made Singer's machine easier to use and more efficient than its predecessors. But Singer's genius extended beyond the machine itself. He understood the importance of marketing and accessibility. He introduced installment plans, making sewing machines affordable for ordinary people for the first time. Singer's efforts transformed the sewing machine from a novelty item into a household essential, revolutionizing home sewing and the garment industry. Section 7. The electrified stitch, bringing power to the people. The late 19th century ushered in the era of electricity, and the sewing machine was quick to benefit. The first electric sewing machines appeared in the 1880s, freeing seamstresses from the limitations of hand-cranked models. This innovation dramatically increased sewing speed and ease of use. The electrification of the sewing machine had a profound impact on the garment industry, enabling mass production on an unprecedented scale. Factories could now produce clothing more quickly and efficiently, making fashionable clothing accessible to a wider range of people. Section 8. The digital age sewing machines get smart. As technology advanced, so too did the sewing machine. The latter half of the 20th century saw the introduction of electronic sewing machines, featuring programmable stitches, automatic needle threading, and other convenient features. These advancements made sewing even more accessible and allowed for greater creativity in garment construction. Then came the digital revolution, and with it, the rise of computerized sewing machines. These marvels of engineering offer an astounding array of features, including embroidery capabilities, automatic fabric sensors, and even internet connectivity. With a digital sewing machine, the possibilities are limited only by the imagination. Section 9. The impact on fashion, from haute couture to fast fashion. The evolution of the sewing machine has had a profound impact on the fashion industry. In the early days of haute couture, garments were painstakingly crafted by hand, making them exclusive to the wealthy elite. The advent of the sewing machine democratized fashion, making stylish clothing available to a much wider audience. Mass production, fueled by the efficiency of sewing machines, led to the rise of ready-to-wear fashion, forever changing the way we dress. While the speed and affordability of mass production have their downsides, the sewing machine has undoubtedly played a pivotal role in shaping the fashion landscape we know today. Section 10. The future of sewing. Innovation continues. The journey of the sewing machine is far from over. In fact, it is just beginning to enter a new and exciting phase. Where will the evolution of the sewing machine take us next? The possibilities are as vast as our imagination. As technology continues to advance at a rapid pace, we can expect to see even more innovative features and capabilities. From digital interfaces to automated stitching, the future holds endless potential. 3D printing technology, already making waves in the fashion industry, could be integrated into sewing machines, revolutionizing the way we think about garment construction. This integration would allow for the creation of truly unique and personalized garments, tailored to individual preferences and needs. Imagine a world where you can download patterns directly to your sewing machine, eliminating the need for paper patterns and making the process more efficient. Or create custom fabrics with built-in electronics, opening up new possibilities for smart textiles that can interact with the environment or the wearer. The possibilities are endless. As we stand on the cusp of a new era in sewing technology, we are witnessing the convergence of traditional craftsmanship and modern innovation. One thing is certain, the humble sewing machine, born from centuries of innovation, will continue to evolve and adapt, shaping the way we create and experience fashion. The future of sewing is bright, filled with endless opportunities for creativity and innovation. As we look forward, we can only imagine the incredible advancements that await us in the world of sewing technology. Section 11. Conclusion, a legacy of stitches. From the rudimentary bone needles of our ancestors to the sophisticated digital machines of today, the history of sewing is a testament to human ingenuity and our enduring desire to create. Each stitch, whether sewn by hand or machine, tells a story of innovation, creativity, and the enduring power of fashion. So the next time you sit down at a sewing machine, take a moment to appreciate the long and fascinating journey that brought us this incredible tool. And remember, every time you thread a needle, you're connecting to a legacy of makers that stretches back thousands of years. Happy sewing!